I've been an online business owner now for over a year, and I want to share 5 things that I learned and mistakes that I made that I don't want you to repeat. But before I do that, I want to quickly say that the past 12 months has been the toughest period of my life. Tougher than my military experience, tougher than my wife and I first started dating, we got married, right? Tougher than, when I went through all the different pains and illnesses and sicknesses in life. The past 12 months has really been hard. I've broken down more times than I can't count. Felt like a failure so many different times. I've considered quitting up and throwing the towel many, many, many times. I had to borrow a lot of money. I made a lot of money. I spent a lot of money. I invested a lot of money. And if I knew what it would take before I started this journey, a year ago, probably wouldn't have done this. I probably wouldn't have gone for it, because it's really, really tough. And it's not physical, emotional. It's really the mental stress that I've never been accustomed to anything like this, right? It's not just about paying the bills. It's about, can you pay your team? Can you pay taxes? Can you pay for your accountant fee? Can you take into account refunds? Can you take into account the economy, right? It's all these different things that really was really tough for me. And at the same time, I'm grateful that I've been through this. I'm grateful that I went through this. And because of that, I have 5 things that I want to share with you today. And I really hope that this blesses you or inspires you. And so the first thing that I learned is for sure the who, not the how, right? And that's cool. We got to find the right people. We got to leverage the right team members to get to our goals. But I think a deeper lesson that I learned is that the wrong who is worse than having nobody. The wrong who actually takes you back 10, 20, 30 steps. And not even the wrong who necessarily, but not having the right who in that seat is also going to cost you money and time. So I have a lot of business partners in the past 12 months, good friends, we were okay, right? It was nothing bad, but it still didn't help us grow fast. It was still an issue. So the lesson I learned is that it's not only about finding the who, but it's really taking the time to find the right who. That's the first lesson, right? Take your time to find the right who. Kind of tying to the second thing with taking time, Alex Hormozy in his books and videos talks about how everything great, everything special takes time to build. The second lesson I learned for myself is having that patience. When I first started, I couldn't help compare myself to all these other online experts, right? Man, this guy who's 19 who's driving a Ferrari. Man, this guy who's 22 who's got like 3 mansions. Man, this guy who's 29 who lives in like a Miami, castle, whatever, right? It's like I was very prone to comparison, which was the worst thing because it didn't help me. It made me really unhappy as a person, and I definitely don't recommend that for anybody. The best thing to do is to, get off the social media cleanse, right? Get on that social media block and do your own thing. Focus on yourself, and remember, like, you are competing against yourself in life. Now that's just it, right? You're running your own race. It's your own path. Go for it. So that's the second thing, which ties into time. That good things take time to pop, right? The third thing that I learned, which is very painful and a tough lesson now, is that cash is king. At the time of shooting this video, the economy is crazy. My variable mortgage rate has gone up from, I think, 1.5% to 5.8%. That means my mortgage has increased by like $3,000, right? Insane. At times like this, when you don't have cash, it's tough. I made the mistake of spending too fast, hiring too fast, maybe even giving refunds too fast, right? What I should have done was to keep cash, because the fear of not being able to pay for stuff is only going to hold you back in business and in life. And so I've been paralyzed by that fear often, many times, throughout my past 12 months. And I got to fix that for this coming year. So that's a big thing I'm working on, is that keeping cash, saving, right? Being frugal, not just spending when you have the money. It's a skill. It's a habit, right? It's a discipline for sure. And yeah, so that's the third thing. The fourth thing comes down to, what's that void that prevents you from being happy? What's the void in your heart that no matter how successful you are, no matter how much you've got, no matter how many awards or how many results you've made, what is the thing that's still keeping you from happiness? And for me, I'm thankful that I've gotten so much closer to my faith, God and Jesus Christ, right? That faith has allowed me to take on risks, to meet cool people, to not be afraid, to know that God has my back, and whatever's gonna happen, it's gonna happen for a reason, right? Whether I quote unquote fail, because I don't believe in failure, but maybe it takes me longer to get to my goals. I go through a lot of hard downs, right? Maybe that's part of my journey. Maybe I'm gonna hit wild success really quickly, and that's part of my journey, right? Either way, God has the best plans to prosper me and my family and you, right? You watching. So take your time. God is in control, right? Whether you believe in it or not. You believe in the universe, you believe in karma, universe is in control. You can't control what the universe has set for you in fate, right? So, but fill that void, because money only solves money problems. Your relationship don't get better with money, right? Money can buy happiness, right? But it also can't buy happiness. So at the same time, you need something else. And for me, I found that, right, with God. And the last thing is first impressions really matter. You know, the hardest thing for me in my entrepreneurial journey was actually developing the right habit. Finding the habits that, for example, waking up early in the morning to work out even when I hate it, going to the gym every day even though I feel sore and tired, right? Working 12, 14 hours for months just to get projects done, just to make more sales, just to get marketing plans done. It's not fun. No one likes it. It's pure execution. But hey, you got to do what you got to do, right? So for me, it's like first impressions matter, because also when you go network and you meet people, it's very important that you give the best impression, because you really only have that one chance, right? If you mess that up, you're gonna have to come back many months, many years later to take another shot, if you're lucky to even get another shot. So I really believe in being prepared, being the best prepared, being all that, right, to give the best impression. So these are the 5 things that I've learned in the past 12 months of being an online entrepreneur. I'm sure I'm gonna have a lot more to learn. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot more ups and downs. As I said before, your problems don't get smaller, they get in fact bigger when you achieve more success. The only difference is your capacity, right? As a human being, it increases so you can actually handle more and bigger problems. So if you're watching this video, I urge you to work on your problem solving, your problem handling capacity, work on your resiliency, work on your perseverance, work on getting funding, getting credit, getting cash, because you never know when you might need it. Work on your patience, work on meeting, networking good people so you can hire the right who's, right? These are all things that make a huge difference in an online business and really business in general. I consider myself to be a relatively young guy. I have a lot to learn. I have a lot to grow. I want to stay humble, right? I don't know a lot either. I don't know what I don't know. So it's going to be a big journey for me, the growth, right? But I believe that I could do it and you could do it too. So please give me a subscribe, comment below, ring the notification bell if you enjoy videos like this. Thank you so much for your time. Also comment below what other topics do you want me to talk about, and I would love to shoot that in my next content production sessions. Take care now.